Hello everyone, welcome back to Python programming. So in this lab, we're going to look at variables, strings, and built-in functions. So I have already here a set of code. So this is just a code, a simple code which we have here, and then we're going to learn from it different things. So it's a combination of everything here, variables, strings, and built-in functions. So as we can see here, let me just pull up from the course, where we saw to say that declaring a variable is just simply writing the variable name. So I can name a variable to say name. So in this case, the way I did, so name. So let me just try to comment this, and then so that we should be seeing what we are talking about. So here, if I was to create a variable called name, then we'll just take it down a bit for a while. Yeah, so I create a name, and then here I assign it a string value. So let's say the name is John. So what we can do with this is that the name John, it's a string value, which here we can print out, display using this print inbuilt function, just by calling it with a name like that. So so this is a string value, meaning that I cannot perform mathematical operation on it. So if we were to run the program, and then we see, yeah, so let me just pull back a bit, and then clean the terminal as well. So this is lab 1. So I'm just clean the terminal. All right, so, and then this is 1.5. All right, so in your terminal, you write Python 3, and then Python 3, then you write the file which you have created. So in this case, my file is called lab1. So I'm calling it, and then you can see here we've displayed the name John. All right, so now with strings, we mentioned to say strings, you are able, instead of adding, you can concatenate meaning that adding, that means joining two. So I can add maybe the surname here to be Owen, so John Owen, and then I've added some space over there so that it should be more clear. So if I was to add up these two, then run the program again, so John Owen, like that. And then there are so many ways we can assign this. So it's also possible I can do this on how to declare variables. So I can have surname, or this other way to say like this. And then what I'll do this. So Python permits you to do that. And then here I'll put surname. So what I'll do is, so what happens here is that I've assigned name to this first variable. So I've separated them with comma. I can have several. Let's say I can put age here. Then I'll separate it with comma again. So I'll put maybe 35, like that. So I can add another variable there, which is age, like that. So what will happen is that I'll display the name, then surname, and then the age, like that. So let's view this in the terminal. So you see John, age, or John Owen, then 35, like that. So that's how we declare a variable in Python, and then we can do cool stuff with that. All right, so the other thing is now on display. So displaying values, from this I would also emphasize that when printing out, let's say you have a couple of ways to specify what you want to display. There's what we call string retro. String retro, what usually happens is that you specify to say what I have some content here. Let's say I want to say name, and then here I'll put the name, like the variable. So in the brackets, it's like you want to specify which value is in there. So I'll put the name, and then here, let me just, not even separating them with comma, I can have the surname combined. And then maybe now, because I want the age to be separate, so let me just do this. So as well, here the other way, you can use this format, string format. So the format, so this is a method called format. You can have several values in there. So I mean the arguments which you can put. So in this case, my emphasis want to put age, like I'm telling it to put age. So if you prefer, you can use this. So sometimes it's suitable for specific cases, each value. And then for this one, you can specify that this value which you want to put is the first one or second one, or we can just leave it empty by default to be 0. So let's say I have a couple of variables. So I want to print out again the name. I'll show you. Let's just print out this, and then we see what's going on. All right, so let's clear the terminal and then run the program again. So we have name John Owen, and then all right, 35, but we want to print out with age, so we'll say age. So to specify that the age is 35, we can print it again. So now we have name John Owen and then 35, like that. So that's it, nothing more, nothing special about it. And then we have a couple of inbuilt functions. If we talk about inbuilt function, built-in functions or inbuilt function, we have a couple of them. So for me today, I only have a few to show you because I have limited time. I have len, I have print, so I have count, I have sum, I have int, float, we've got we've got list, we've got sorted, yeah, I suppose supposed to be sort. We've got tuple, etc. And yeah, so there are a lot depending on what you want. So it's not necessarily you have to master them by heart, but there are like these ones which we use, like we use them, they're usual, like we use them often, so we have to have them in our fingertips, but it's not mandatory to know all of them because they're a lot. So in this case, so the lane, you determine the length. So let's see here, let's add up another line. Or now perhaps maybe I might just have to show you my program. So this previous program we programmed, so here I'll just wrap this, or maybe we can just guard the last part. Yeah, you just get the last part, this part. So what we'll do, okay, we have age, and then here we'll just add surname, and then okay, when printing out, so let me just, yeah, so for the age to be like that, and then let me uncomment this as well. All right, So now it's no longer commented, so we're good to go. So now notice this. What I was trying to say is that now when you have a string value, oh sorry, yeah, you can convert it to, you can find out the length of that string value. So for example, here I've used a len predefined function to determine the length of the name. So I have a right here to check the length of the name. So I'll say name length is equivalent to that. So we'll print it out. And then another inbuilt function is input. Input is used to get user values. So here want to get the name from the user, and then here the surname. So just add that the surname, then here the age, and then we're going to display them in that manner. All right, so let us just wrap up this, and then let's run the program, and then let's clear the terminal, and then I'll run the program. Okay, so 2024, the name of the person will say perhaps John, then surname Owen, age now he's 50. So voila, this is what we're talking about. All right, thank you so much for joining me. See you in the next lesson.